We're back again.
What's up, guys?
Keeping
Good
up
to
with
be
Jones
with you.
Hour.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I was thinking, we had Arthur Nagman in town the other day.
Right.
And he's one of our clients. And we went to, what was the restaurant?
Went to River Oaks.
And he lives in D.C. now, right?
Right.
And he was talking about the food landscape and how it's changed in Memphis.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting. The meal was great, but we do have some cool restaurants.
We do. We have some awesome restaurants in our city. And we're really lucky in the fact that we get to be a part of that landscape in terms of a brokerage standpoint. And so, anyway, it was just a fun comment that Arthur made, and it kind of got our wheels turning and thinking about what are some of our favorite restaurants? What are some cool things happening? What are some new concepts? What are some coming soon concepts? And
so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So you have a list, and I have a list.
Yeah.
I don't know what's on your list.
Yeah.
So who goes first? Me
Go
or you?
for it.
So let's talk about Bain BBQ.
Yeah.
So they opened in Midtown, right? And
The old Stone Soup.
Stone Soup.
On Cooper,
Have
south
you
of
been
Young.
yet?
I haven't been yet.
So they used to have that food truck, right?
I did go to the food truck.
It's good. They have like the big Flintstone bone, right?
The brisket rib or whatever. Yeah, dino bone.
It's Texas barbecue.
It's Texas barbecue.
Yeah, it's
bold move in a city like Memphis.
No joke, right?
Yeah.
So I used to work for Smoky Bones, and they came to town with just regular pork barbecue.
Yeah. Not.
They're not here anymore,
Yeah, good
right?
point.
So not doing Memphis barbecue in Memphis is a dangerous thing. He seems to be doing well.
He's crushing it, and he has like a bakery component, which is really cool too. So
Yeah,
he's
what's
doing
that
like
called?
the kolache.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Having lived in Texas and being married to a Texas or a Texan, kolaches are a big deal, and I'd never had them before then, but they're unbelievable. And it's on the short list. Maybe I'll have to go this weekend.
I drove by yesterday because we were looking for that one restaurant that we have that we can't talk about yet, but
Yeah.
he had a line out the door at lunch.
That's
It was
unbelievable.
Amazing. Yeah.
Well, he's done a great job, and we've had the pleasure of meeting him, and he seems like a super down to earth guy.
Yeah.
Works hard, so I'm
And
excited.
we tried
for
to
him.
get him in the Edge District.
We did, but you win some, you lose some, but at least he's open, which is
Right.
exciting. Yeah. So
Yeah.
all right.
Oh, you're up.
Magnolia in May. So,
Oh my God, my favorite. What a bar.
Yeah, it's one of the best in terms of like actual like bars to sit at and bar program. I think they've crushed it, and they've been around for a little bit longer, maybe like I don't know if it's quite 2 years, but they opened during COVID, so I feel like they didn't get like the gangbuster like grand opening that they deserve.
Yeah, the honeymoon period or whatever.
Yeah, but they're crushing it, and talk about just like under the radar. Chip and Amanda, who own it, they're both Culinary Institute alumni.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
I think
their dad
she's-
was.
It was Jeff and
Yeah.
the Dunhams. They own Grove Grill, so
Right,
they grew
that's
up in
right,
that
yeah,
world. But
yeah.
but I really think they were sous chefs in Charleston, and then came back, and so they've got like
What was that? It's like a buffalo wing, but it
the
wasn't.
broccoli.
Buffalo wings.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I remember the first I don't know if you remember the first time you and I went there, and I ordered it, and you were like, "No, I don't do that. That's fake." And then you had it, and you're
It's so
like,
good.
"Can we do a second order?" And it's like, anyway, it was funny. But they do a great job, and great. And what I
we
like
had our
about
Christmas
it,
party there, right?
we did.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like one of those. Everybody can find something they like,
Yeah.
right? And it's really good food, and it's the price I think is
It's
super
easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So-
It's convenient in East Memphis.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Let's see. What do I have on my list? Let's talk about. Oh, Tonica. Have you been to Tonica
I've
yet?
been to Tonica.
So that's in the old tiki bar place, right, on Overton Park.
It's been 100 different things. Yeah, it was the Po' Boy place, the Tiki Bar.
Do you know who owns that? Because I don't.
the building?
Yeah, no, the restaurant.
Tonica. Yeah, it's Bari. It's the I forget her name. But John Paul Gagliano's he's my age. He's an awesome dude. It's their family, but they own Bar. No, I'm sorry, I said Bari, but it's not Bari. It's
I don't know.
Echo and Libro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That's
it's that
awesome.
group. So it makes sense. I mean,
It's so good. I took Kelly on Sunday, and I think she had a martini or something. They don't have beer yet, but I think they're applying for it.
Yeah.
They had like a 3-piece band in there.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
And we had I can't remember what we ate, but it was unbelievable. We only had an appetizer left, so we're definitely going back.
They have a ton of stuff. When we walked in, John Paul just started sending stuff out. I mean, great vegetable options. We had a really cool like gin and tonic setup. They have like 5 or 6 gin and tonics that are like variations.
It's
of
a gin bar.
It's a gin bar.
Yeah.
And Tonica. Yeah. And it's it was fun. We had a blast.
That's on Overton Park, right?
Overton Park, right there.
Yeah.
Willette.
Right down the road from Echo. Right?
From Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. So next on my list is Anima by Vice and Virtue. And this one's not open yet, but
The Citizen, right?
The Citizen. It's going to the Citizen. This was a deal that we were able to work on. Terry, Tim Perkins, Vice and Virtue's now become a staple in Memphis. They're open at the Arrive Hotel, which is awesome and dog friendly. So you can take your dog. It's super cool. I would highly recommend going and checking that out. But they're doing this new version of it basically converts to a bar. So you have coffee shop.
Oh, I didn't know
morning, and obviously they roast themselves, which is they do an unbelievable bean, and then they convert to an Amaro bar at night.
So what is that?
Amaro is a digestif. It's like a kind of a anise flavor, liqueur, I guess, and it's really good. But they're gonna do different cocktails based on that, so it's like a good place to like do like a nightcap.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So it's a coffee shop and kind of a bar. So that goes well with what's the place next door? Cameo.
Cameo.
Aren't they going next to Cameo?
Which is also on my list. So we'll just talk about Cameo.
We'll just go jump right into that. Yeah.
It's
you
in
get
my
2 in a
opinion,
row.
it's the most badass bar. Can I say ass? It's ass.
Sure.
All
yeah.
right. Badass bar in Memphis in terms of like you go in there and it is a bar, but it is like a great cocktail program. They have like crazy names and crazy concoctions.
I have one that's called Instant Death or something. And no, what's the one at the bottom of the list that we always? I think Kelly's tried it.
I don't know. There's like a mystery drink that nobody knows what's in it, and they have a shot bar, but it's like done in like a really elevated way. It's really classy.
You know what I think is cool about Cameo? It's very different than other restaurants. Is the owners are the bartenders, right? Like they're not investors. They're like in it.
They are in it, which is so awesome because I mean you've got the creatives running and owning it. So I mean they're behind the bar every night. And they're an awesome team.
It's so cool to watch them work.
Yeah, and they've been at some of the best bars in Memphis, and so you got to get the 3 of them and put them together. I think Paul, it's Paul, McKenzie, and Mary. I think Paul's up for best bartender in Memphis right now in the best of.
Rightly so.
I mean,
I met him one time with you, and the next time I came in with my wife Kelly, he was like, "Hey, Dustin, what's up?"
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
goes a long way.
Yeah, huge.
So, great place to start the night. Great place to end the night,
right.
And they have good food. So they have like a really small kitchen. Anyway, put it on your list for sure.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I think what I want to talk about next is ramen. So I went to Good Fortune Company downtown. Have you been there yet?
I've not.
So I think I tried to get them at the Citizen at one point, and they ended up going into the old SOB when they moved over to their new spot on South Main.
Great spot.
The build out in there is unbelievable. And they did a couple of pop-ups, I think,
with Hen House
on Williamsburg, right? Yeah. It's unbelievable. It's so cool. They do these little menus that are simple, and the food is unbelievable. And I can't, for the life of me, remember their names, but they've worked in like 5-star restaurants in New York and are just awesome. Unbelievable hospitality, great artwork in there. But really, in my opinion, the best ramen in the city is Kami Ramen.
Yeah,
right?
I love Kami.
They've got the one at Ridgeway Trace. They did the one at Wolf Chase, and they just signed a lease that we did in Collierville, right? Mm-hmm. So you've been there, right? Kami?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Man, it's good.
It's like, super authentic. What I love about it is like you walk in there and it's almost it's funny because you're at Ridgeway Trace. You've got like Best Buy and REI,
Target,
and PetSmart,
yeah,
PetSmart, Petco,
yeah.
PetSmart,
yeah, PetSmart.
And then you like walk in there and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm in an alley in New York.
It feels like street food, right? Or like Tokyo or something.
You're totally transported into like the atmosphere.
It's got the paper lanterns and all that stuff.
Really cool,
so
and they
cool.
execute. It's fun. I love it.
Takatsu Black.
Yeah, and even if you don't like ramen, they have really great like rice bowls, and they have great appetizers. I mean, they have something for everybody.
Yeah,
even Catherine.
Well, he doesn't eat anything but 6 foods, right? Yeah. No, and their expansion just speaks volumes to their success. So they'll probably have something Jackson maybe soon, and then I think they're looking at Midtown maybe.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for those guys. And if you haven't been, definitely go by.
For sure. So I've got one that's fun that I believe has been announced very vaguely in one of the Business Journal or Daily Memphian or whatever, but no one's really talked about it yet because the building's about to go vertical in Midtown, Jack Brown's joint.
Oh.
And this is one that Dustin and I tried to make happen
3
in
years,
Midtown.
maybe longer.
Yeah, it was pre-COVID for sure when he was at Shopping Center Group and I was at Boyle, and we couldn't make it happen. And then we got...
Well, their real estate needs are so specific, right? They need the entertainment district, sort of, and they need that, kind of eclectic feel of where they're located.
Yeah.
So, the spot that they're going to be on Central is perfect. Right across from Rail Garden.
Right.
Have you been to one?
No, I've never been to one.
So,
I tried to go to the one in Germantown, Nashville, and it was a line out the door.
It's so good. They have like 100 beers on tap.
Wagyu burgers.
Yeah.
So Jack Brown's joint's out of Birmingham.
That's right. Yeah.
And
their headquarters is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they've expanded kind of across the Southeast, but in like a very they're very intentional about making themselves not feel like a chain, because they're not a chain. They're just like one group that owns them, and they're going to kind of like-minded or like-centric cities.
They're intentional too. They're not forcing them. If they wanted to just be a regular restaurant, they could go in Ridgeway Trace, right? At Poplar. They don't do that.
Right. They want kind of standalone. They want some character.
It's a shotgun bar. They cook the burgers behind the bar. The Greg Brady is the way to go if you guys when it opens.
What's the Greg Brady?
I knew you were going to ask me that. It's got like an egg on it and bacon. It's kind of like the kitchen sink type of deal. It's unbelievable. And then when you get done, they have fried Oreos.
Okay, good.
I know you were talking about all the weight that you lost recently, but you had to fried Oreo. It's really good.
Okay, that's fine. It's for business. It's the client.
Yeah,
we have to.
Yeah, it's part of it.
Cool. What's next?
Let's see. I've got a bunch on here, but I want to talk about Monster Mini Golf. It's not really a restaurant, but I guess no.
No, sure. Curveball. I like it. They have food. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
We're going off of...
They do have a concession stand, I think, right?
Okay, we're not going to talk about the food, but talk about the concept.
I'm kidding. We'll talk about that next time. Monster Mini Golf in Cordova.
All right. Mark it for next time.
No, but on a culinary side, it's not really a restaurant. Buc-ee's. Did you know Buc-ee's was looking in the area? You know what Buc-ee's is?
Yeah, of course I know what Buc-ee's is. Why do I not know about this? I know they did one in Nashville.
In the Clarks.
Or not in Nashville,
Clarksville. It's one of the Clarks.
Clarks North.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's is like... I'm not even like... I don't know. It is like... If it's heaven, right? With gas. Because you have homemade fudge. You have homemade jerky. You have them like smoking their own brisket and like carving it to order. You have every candy you can imagine. You can buy Yetis. You can buy fire pits. You can buy everything in
stuffed
camo.
Animals.
So much camo, which I don't have much camo, but if I did, that'd be my play. I mean, it's unbelievable. It has like 100 gas pumps.
It's unbelievable. It's a phenomenon, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's travel season right now, right? People are going to the beach, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen a picture on social media of that Buc-ee's as you go into like
Orange
Beach and all that.
So I have driven like 40 miles on empty to
just
stop
to
at that
Buc-ee's.
I'm like, Brittany, I'm really sorry if we don't make it, but we're pushing to Buc-ee's. It's like we're like going through the toll, and it's like, hey, you should fill up, and I'm like, we're going to Buc-ee's.
So I don't know exactly where they're going to land, but I think they were
somewhere on I-40.
Yeah, I think they were circling the Jackson area.
Okay, well that makes sense.
So maybe like that Christmasville Road type of exit. It's not Memphis, but it's great for West Tennessee.
I mean, I'll still go get my jerky and
I'll drive up
fudge.
there.
I'll spend a tank of gas to get up there, fill up again, and come back with my jerky. That's excellent. That's awesome. If you haven't gone to Buc-ee's, figure out a road trip where Buc-ee's is on. It's all over I-10. They're mounting on I-40. It's really cool, and it's actually a really cool story of like the brothers who started Buc-ee's.
Oh, I don't know that.
Y'all should. We don't have time for it today, but y'all should Google Buc-ee's owners. It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Next for me, let's do one that did open before COVID, closed down for all of COVID essentially, and came back with a vengeance, and that's Long Shots, which is underneath the Arrive Hotel.
Shots. Yeah,
it is. Unlike any other bar in Memphis, I mean, Long Shots, it's shuffleboard. It's a shuffleboard bar with a really cool bar, but there's The food there is a sleeper. It is like Asian themed food.
Oh.
And people don't realize that because they just go for the bar. But
I think
the
that's all I've
food,
done is gone to play shuffleboard
They have
and
like
have drinks.
like tataki tuna. They have
Really?
a banh mi. They have like a bunch of they have kimchi fries. Yeah, it's cool. It's a great place to go with friends. It's a great place to kind of like wrap up the night. It's a great place to just
When did you go
have
recently?
dinner.
Was that last couple of weeks or something?
Yeah, I mean when the Grizz were making their run,
Okay.
it was slammed all the time, and that's what I mean by it came back with a vengeance, because it's like it was. I mean, every table in there was.
It's such a unique
slammed.
concept.
Yeah, and it's literally like if you don't know it's there, it's hard to find. It's on the side street. I think maybe Butler, whatever's like on the side underneath the Arrive Hotel.
So it's like Alex's Tavern. You can only get there with somebody who's been there before.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, which adds to it
Yeah.
because anyway, it's fun. Put it on the list. And make sure you get some food, even
Okay.
if it's just like some late night snack.
Yeah,
or
I don't
whatever.
think I've been since the pandemic ended. We need to go down. That should be a team building deal. We should go down
for
there.
sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's see. Oh, okay. The one on my list is kind of near and dear to my heart. Jeremiah's Ice.
Oh yeah.
So we just did that deal. They're going to be on Summer, right?
Yes.
In the old Wendy's
At High Point Terrace.
at High Point Terrace. Yeah. So it's frozen ice, but it's got a
Frozen. It's like Italian ice.
yeah. But I think there's
And
a
gelato.
They have like a patented special system or something.
Yeah.
The owners were telling us about it. It's huge in Florida, right?
Yeah.
All over the place. They've got some up north in Pennsylvania, Ohio. It's going to be great for the transitioning summer area.
Yes, which we've talked about before, and we're very excited about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's dangerous. It's literally a drive-through. They're converting the old Wendy's to be Italian ice gelato. So it's like a combo. So you can get like a stacked, like, ice cream and.
I think aren't they like taking in some of the front and doing like an indoor-outdoor patio?
Yeah, they're gonna do a huge patio. They're gonna extend it basically all the way to the sidewalk, and then they're doing garage doors.
Right, right.
And they're really gonna take that old Wendy's and convert it to.
It's going to be a cool
Really
deal.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're opening next spring, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we got time for one more.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. I'll let you go. You got a
we've-
cool one?
We've provided. I think so. Yeah. I have a few, but I think I want to. Let's wrap up with Chanero Cafe and Butcher Shop.
Oh,
So-
that's a good one. So they went into the breakfast place, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a convoluted, long story. To condense it, they backfilled Southall, and there was some unfortunate stuff that happened, but out of it has come this really cool concept with.
So do they do
Chanero.
breakfast still there? Or
So
no?
they do breakfast. They hired away and partnered with the chef from Southwind.
Oh,
And he has created an awesome menu.
The golf course.
The golf course.
oh, okay,
Yes.
awesome.
And he's created an awesome menu. And then they brought in this really cool component of a butcher shop. So they're bringing in like grade A, like top of the line, high end, whatever you
What
want
was
to
the
call
place
it.
on Brookhaven
Meat.
Circle that tried to do that with
Porcelinos.
Yeah, so it's like that or
Yeah, kind of. I would say a little bit more approachable.
okay,
Right, you go in there. They're like stuffing their own sausage, and they have all the different like flavors of the day, and they have like jalapeno poppers that they make in house, ready to roll. I mean, you can go get the whole shebang and
breakfast, lunch, and dinner though, right?
So they're not serving dinner other than Sundays. They're doing like a cool like one night a week. Incorporate the butcher shop and what they have: pork tenderloin sandwiches, smash burgers, stuff like that. Just to kind of, open up their menu and
Yeah, I've
show
driven
people
by it.
what
I
they
haven't
can-
been in, but you've
they're
tried it?
doing a really good job. Yeah, I mean businesses they're booming. I think they have one of the best patios in the city.
Oh, for sure.
They spent some money on it.
I think,
it's
and
an
I think
excellent.
they're doing well enough to maybe be looking for a second site.
So we're working with them to do a second location. We have a place under contract, and hopefully we get it across the finish line. It would be in another submarket in Memphis, but yeah, they would kind of recreate themselves version 2. I'm really excited for what they've done. They've got a great ownership group, and they're running it right. So,
Okay.
Well, I think we've given y'all a couple months worth of date night and brunch spots, and
I've still got like 10
nightcaps.
on my list. Some of them are here to come, but you know what? That's for another episode, I guess.
Yeah, well, and that's a good. If there are other stuff, follow us on Instagram, follow us on our friend us or whatever on Facebook, and talk with us and communicate with us through that. If you need suggestions for date night,
We're your guys.
We're your guys. We
Maybe.
or not.
Yeah, I need to take my wife on a date first, probably.
Yeah, our wives are like, yeah, what about date night? So anyway, we appreciate y'all being with us here today, and look forward to next time.